These MAGA influencers are breaking at the seams. Dave Portnoy going online, crashing out. I mean, he was sweating in that video. He was so mad that he lost $7 million crashing out. But he wasn't crashing out when they're laying off all these people. Everybody's losing their job. No, it was until he started losing money that he started losing faith in Trump. Ben Shapiro called Trump unconstitutional. I've never heard Ben Shapiro criticize Trump in that manner. It's because these niggas are starting to lose money. And the craziest part is a lot of people were thinking that, this was going to affect just, poor working class, middle class. But now you're seeing that everyone is taking a hit. I said this early on. It's not just going to be us. It's going to be everybody. It's going to be millionaires. Everybody don't take care of their money how y'all think they take care of their money. Some of these guys like Dave Portnoy, Ben Shapiro, they go on splurges. That's why they make the videos that they make. That's why they're controversial. That's why they continue to be controversial. They make a shit ton of money. And they put a shit ton of money back into the stocks and all that stuff as well. And now you seeing their bottom dollar is going out. So it's hard to get up there on a microphone when you losing money. I don't know, man. Fuck around and find out.
Yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Trump has put his tariffs all over the place. I've been trying to understand them. I don't. And everything's in the because of it. Donald Trump just cost me $20 million or whatever he did. Maybe don't be on the golf course.
Everyone in this room, everyone loves you. And I just want to say you're a true hero for this country.
I don't know how many of you guys are invested in crypto or stocks. What the is going on with our country? Guys, why am I poor?
Because Donald Trump is the nominee against Joe Biden, I won't just vote for him. I will walk over broken glass to vote for him. His giant tariff policy that he just dropped on the market unilaterally, probably unconstitutionally.
This is a vivid demonstration of very well-known, prominent Trump fans, whether they're in your feeds, as they say, or not, going through their own personal experience of the harm of these Trump economic policies as their viewers watch.
No idea.
Kramer.
I have talked to the heads of almost every single one of these firms in the last 72 hours, and he has no idea what it's like out there. None! And Bill Poole has no idea what it's like out there. My people have been in this game for 25 years, and they are losing their jobs, and these firms are going to go out of business, and he's nuts. They're nuts. They know nothing.
Kramer.
I have not seen it like this since I went 5 bid for 500,000 shares of Citigroup when I got hit in 1990. This is a different kind of market, and the Fed is asleep.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Bill Poole is a shame. He's shameful.
The market is at the all-time low. You know what he's going to do? He's going to bring it back to where Joe Biden had it, and he's going to say he fixed the economy. No, you're just bringing us back to where we were at with Joe Biden. You're not fixing nothing. For Donald Trump to do good, Ethereum's got to go to 4,000, which is impossible. You already fucked it all up. I miss Joe Biden on God. On God. I miss Joe Biden. Bro, he was just quiet and minded his business. He didn't fuck with anybody. He didn't cause any problems. He's just quiet. He was just a quiet, shy guy, and he was misunderstood. I miss Joe Biden.
Do we just take our money? Do we just call up our financial institutes that are handling our 401ks, take the penalty, and take our money? Because that's where I'm kind of at. I just lost $25,000 in 3 days. And I don't see a bottom. Do you guys see a bottom? I don't see a bottom. I plan on retiring in 5 years. I need that money. So if they're just planning on now just stealing our retirement right to our faces, and we know what they're doing now to our Social Security, what is that going to leave us? Working until we die. That's where that leaves us. I don't know about you guys, but I'm almost at the 30-year mark, and my body is tired, and I'm ready to go. I'm telling you, I'm thinking about calling Fidelity and just telling them, give me my money, and I'll worry about this when Donald Trump starts playing with the market. Have a day.
So Gary Friedman's on the call and apparently is notified in the middle of the call that his stock was down 25%. Yeah. Take a listen.
In this race, and I don't know how where's our stock now? I mean, I guess the stock went down, based on some of the numbers we reported, and then it got killed because of oh really? Oh shit. Okay. I just looked at the screen. I hadn't looked at it. It got hit when I think the tariffs came out, and everybody can see in our 10K where we're sourcing from, so it's not a secret, and we're not trying to disguise it by putting everything in an Asia bucket, so you can kind of figure it out and do the math. I think the people really that I feel worse for right now is all the manufacturers in China or people who are invested there, move manufacturing, move their lives.
Well, to your initial point.
Yeah. I mean, now he does talk about something that is kind of ironic, and anyone who's in the furniture business knows that the worst thing you could possibly have is inventory, too much inventory. But last night, he turned that into a positive. He said, listen, we happen to have a huge amount of inventory. Now, there are a lot of people who say, listen, he bought back a lot of stock with debt, so therefore he's, quote, in trouble.
Find that I do better in bad markets. I buy things in bad markets. And you can't do that in a great economy. You can't buy it. Either you're going to buy it very expensively or not be able to buy it at all. So there's a lot of opportunity, I find, in the bad times.
If Trump was non-white and not a man, would be a whole different narrative. Completely different.
Warren Buffett pulled the ultimate money move, but most people missed it. While the market lost $6 trillion, Buffett saw it coming and cashed out early. Here's what went down. The stock market's been crashing lately, thanks to global tariffs, dropping the S&P 500 by 17% and pushing the Nasdaq into bear market territory. But Buffett, he sold $134 billion in stocks last year while the bull market was still hot. That cash out pushed Berkshire Hathaway's reserves to a record-breaking $334 billion, more than its entire stock portfolio. Yes, Warren Buffett is sitting on a $334 billion cash pile. But what was his biggest move? Dumping about 2/3 of his Apple shares before the 28% crash, right at the peak. He also offloaded big positions in Bank of America and Citigroup. Instead of chasing overpriced stocks, Buffett parked his cash in short-term treasury bills, earning safe, solid returns while the rest of Wall Street panicked. While billionaires like Musk and Bezos lost billions, Buffett's net worth rose by $12.7 billion in 2025. This might just be the calm before the storm.
Do you guys remember during COVID when the economy crashed and billionaires only got much richer while the rest of us suffered? So, essentially the same thing kind of happens when there's an authoritarian takeover of a nation, right? Generally, one of the first things they like to do is crash the economy, or at least make it so the majority of people suffer. Because this sets up a situation of even greater control and opportunity for the ultra-wealthy billionaire class to further consolidate power and wealth. Meanwhile, this distracts the overall population into fighting amongst each other due to continuing economic hardship and scarcity of resources. So, when Elon makes a statement before the election about the American people having to learn how to deal with a certain amount of economic suffering for the long term, this is what it means. They mean the long-term benefit for them, not for us. Pay attention, because billionaires are dumping stocks and hoarding cash, y'all. It's never been about right versus left. It's about rich versus everyone else. Wake the fuck up, people.
I just ask you a couple of questions about kind of how you see the state of the economy right now?
Well, I think that's the most interesting subject in the world, but I won't talk. I can't talk about it now. I really can't.
How do you think tariffs will affect the economy?
I mean, tariffs are actually, we've had a lot of experience with them. They're an act of war to some degree.
How do you think tariffs will impact inflation?
Over time, they're a tax on goods. I mean, you know, the tooth fairy doesn't pay them. I mean, and see, you always have to just And then what? You always have to ask that question in economics. Always say, and then what?
So is there an answer for that when people say, you know, inflation persists, consumer prices keep going up, when's the end in sight?
No, prices will be higher 10 years from now and 20 years from now and 30 years from now.
And what do you think about what's happening in Washington right now? About efforts to
I think
cut
it's Washington.
Yeah.
It's, you know, technology changes things, all kinds of things, but Washington is Washington. And the problem with politics is that you tend to have to make tiny compromises as you go along.
And what do you think about Elon Musk's efforts to cut?
Well, I better not get into it.